Okay, this book here. This book, it's only about 20 years old. I didn't have this growing up in my house. But this book is amazing. And I was looking through this book, and I would really like to have this book, but my mom won't let me have it. It's called Sabores de Ayer en la Cocina de Hoy. Okay, this one was printed in 1999. Now, this book here has so many different necessary things when you're talking about like Spanish cuisine or the flavor of the Puerto Rican food, like adobo, sofrito, caldo de pollo, caldo de res. I mean, lots of different foods here. I'm going to try to quickly go over some of my favorites. Pernil asado. Oh, I love corned beef con papas fritas. I'd make that all the time. And tostones de plátano. Those are my favorite. Mofongo de plátano. Mofongo de yuca, that's good too. Well, all of this stuff is good if made properly. I'm going to see if I could find some of my favorite recipes here. They have desserts too, but I don't really like desserts much. Limbel de coco. Oh, I love limbel de coco. So, anyway, let's just go through some of these. Recetas básicos, adobo. So this is how you make adobo. Personally, I just grabbed the Goya adobo. I guess I'm lazy. But, sofrito, okay, this is really important. Let's see. Bacalaitos. I really like these too. On the side of the road, they prepare these in Puerto Rico. Like, if you go to one of those places where they have fritura on the side of the road, you can find these things being made, and they're actually really, really good. Bacalaitos, nacapurrias, empanadillas. Tortitas de calabaza, sopas. Okay, I'm gonna keep moving real fast. I don't really make that much soup. Over here I have sancocho de tres carnes. Carne de res. Carne guisada. Okay, beefsteak and salsa. This is steak and sauce. And believe me, this tastes really, really good. And I love the Puerto Rican style, the way they cook it. Cerdo, carne frita. Dingo. Corned beef guisado. Okay, here's one of my favorite meals. I make this all the time, and I have different variations of making it. It's basically corned beef with French fries in it. You serve it with rice. I like leaving big chunks of peppers. It's a quick meal too. Un charón de pollo, o frito, o guisado. Plátanos maduros fritos. These are very, very common. Approximately 15 minutes to make. And yeah, with the amount of plátanos and basically free plátanos that I get, I end up eating a lot of these things. But these days, I sometimes cook them in the air fryer. In fact, I mostly cook them in the air fryer. What I actually do is I put them in olive oil. I move them all around so that they get fully covered in olive oil. Then I take them out and put them on a plate and spread them. And I pour garlic powder and salt on top of them and throw them in the air fryer. They didn't have air fryers back when this book was written. Let's see. Arroz con gandules. This is a classic Puerto Rican meal. In Puerto Rico, we grow gandules all over the place. So you could pick a bunch of gandules from the gandula trees. And you come in and you throw them in water and you get them softer and you prepare them to cook. And then you basically make ajo con gandules. There's the recipe right there. Okay. Arroz apastelado. Salsa de tomate, jamón de cocina, pimientos, morones, cilantrillo, plátano verde. Yes, it is. Okay. This is arroz apastelado. This is also very, very good. It's like, it's not beans. I was going to say rice and beans. But it's basically like a meal that has rice in it. Is this? Yes. Okay, so arroz apastelado. This is basically a rice meal that has a bunch of things in it, including a plátano, and it has ham in it and all sorts of seasonings. So it's a orange type rice, and what makes this really, really good is it tastes like pasteles, and this is what it is. If you ever had rice with a bunch of stuff in it that tastes like pasteles, this is what you ate. This is also a very, very popular meal in Puerto Rico. It's not as easy to make, and you have to get the ingredients. But hey, if there's bananas or plátanos growing around you and you have all the ingredients, it's easy. So that's basically it. That's a lot of these criollo meals that you get. Basically, they come from growing everything around you. So like if you grow a bunch of different vegetables and fruits and whatnot, you can more easily make these meals. And since the Puerto Rico is a tropical island, it's basically easier to get the ingredients from Puerto Rico. And this leads back to the sofrito that I make. I like my sofrito better than the recipes that I've seen, but that's because I make a mix of different sweet peppers when I can, and it really is superior when you know the flavors of your actual peppers and your onions. I prefer to do it with yellow onions, and I use culantro more than cilantro because I grow culantro. And cilantro and culantro are similar. I would say cilantro is more minty and it doesn't have as strong as a taste. And culantro has a much stronger taste, but it's the same basic taste. But like I said, cilantro is a little bit more minty. I prefer culantro because that's what I grow, and I've been growing that for years. So that's what I make. So where's that last? There's one arroz con coco. I'm not really into desserts. I know ajo con dulce is like really good, and they have this is limbe de coco. Okay. I know that coconut candy and ajo con dulce taste really good, but personally I don't like to eat that much sugar. This is limbe de coco. Now this here is famous to me because it's basically frozen coconut milk. And this stuff, they used to put me to molal the coconuts. Like, I used to have to grind the coconuts with this, like, spinning grinder that would go in a circle. And they would take the coconuts that I grinded, and they would make coconut milk and do all sorts of stuff. So I naturally fell in love with limbe de coco. And I still can't refuse it when I have it sooner. If I have it in the house sooner or later, I will eat it because it tastes really, really good. But I don't really like desserts that much. But yeah, that's my review of this cookbook here, and this is by Zenny Hernandez. Okay, it's Sabores de Ayer en la Cocina de hoy.